What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Happy Friday and hope everybody's doing well. We're going to run through some recent news today. We have T-minus 3 days until Trump's inauguration and Gary Gensler being gone. I'm not really going to rant too much about the price charts and these cycles because I think over the past few months I gave a bunch of details and expectations, so we'll be super brief here. But yes, I absolutely am hoping that Gensler leaving could be a catalyst for a bull run. So we'll keep tabs on that. Even if we pull back or range a bit longer, I believe that we have a serious shot at having alt season this quarter. So I've shared all of this before just regarding the cycles, my expectations for price, what levels I need to see being held if we do any pullbacks like 2017, etc. In my argument for another alt season, another big crash of Bitcoin dominance as Bitcoin is going up. So I've done a lot of videos showing you as Bitcoin is making higher highs after the first major move, we get alt season. So why do I believe we see another alt season? And I know I've been talking about it for at least a year. I believe we get another crash. We had Bitcoin's first major move in November. Right here in 2021, it was right around the same time, maybe like 2 weeks after Bitcoin's first major move. And back in 2017, Bitcoin dominance was already crashing and Bitcoin had its first major move in May. So we are already well into it, but it's not like it was 6 months apart. So looking at Bitcoin dominance, what is Bitcoin dominance exactly? We can see 58.11%. So this essentially means that Bitcoin's market cap is 58% of the entire crypto space. And during the last two cycles, these crashes are the periods where I am most excited in the crypto space because alts just pop off left and right. There are sometimes sector rotations, there are leaders and laggards, but during alt season in these red rectangles, it basically is the period where the highest number of altcoins massively outperform Bitcoin by a lot. And I've shared in detail on Twitter and YouTube these exact dates. When you look at the XRP price chart, these were the periods when XRP also had the highest ROI. So really quick, going to the weekly time frame, I can show you where I hope we are because I don't want Bitcoin dominance to run higher and this gets dragged out. It's possible. What I'm hoping is that we're in a range right here, similar to back here before the real crash. Even right here, below the 50-week moving average, ranging, I'm looking for that big crash. One difference with this range though is when I'm comparing it to this range and this range, these were both below the 50-week moving average and we're above this level today. So for anybody hoping that alt season happens as soon as possible, I'm right there with you and you can set different alerts like below the previous lows. We could do 54%, look for any type of big crash. The only consideration is we don't know how long we're going to be in this range or if we actually create another high. So I don't think that happens based on the position of Bitcoin getting its first major move. And historically, if we're going to be similar in length, this alt season should actually kick off soon and be a nice surprise. I would just be surprised if this is going to be a longer cycle. And bottom line, if we see Bitcoin dominance crash to the lows and close this gap at 43%, and there are not dozens of different assets that have popped multiple 100%, you can call me an idiot. Because that's what I've witnessed during the last two alt seasons. I'm not pulling this out of my butt. I can show you exactly what I believe and why I believe it, and it's just based off of historical data. So historical data isn't perfect, but I think that when you are looking on the monthly time frame, it's way more accurate than speculating on the daily and the 4-hour. So this is just something that I find helpful for expectations. And I will keep saying this, I know that Hbar, XRP, a variety of assets have done multiple 100% in ROI, and guess what? We still haven't had alt season. When we have the crash, at least closing these gaps potentially to the lows, then I'll say, yep, we had alt season. And just like all previous cycles, there are some assets that pop off before alt season, there are some that are even after alt season. But by definition of alt season, this is the period where the highest majority of altcoins outperform the ROI of Bitcoin. So I just wanted to quickly rant about that in case there's anybody brand new. Not every asset is guaranteed to perform, but this period is when we see the highest majority. And each cycle, I know in 2022, I did a bunch of videos and tweets highlighting charts that did 100x's, 20x's, 10x's, or even on the really low side of 3 to 5x, which isn't that impressive. Alright, next up, so I want to play this clip by Jake Boyle. He's a buddy of mine for years over at Caleb and Brown, and after this video, I want to touch on a few points that I really like that he shared.
So let's start with XRP. It's certainly been a very divided and polarizing topic in the world of cryptocurrency investors in the month of November, December, and of course the month of January. Now, we mentioned in last month's video that XRP has had this tremendous surge, largely brought on by one, Trump winning the election, and two, Gary Gensler resigning as chair of the SEC. Now that resignation signals a lot of investor confidence because he has had a war against crypto and XRP has been somewhat the poster child for that war. And the price has been heavily suppressed over the last few years with XRP struggling really to move at all for effectively 3 years at least. Some could argue even more. As a result of that, having this positive momentum with Gary Gensler stepping aside, a more crypto-friendly SEC chair set to start in the near future, and of course Trump's inauguration on the 20th of January, XRP has not only been able to have those surges in prices, which it saw in December, it's been able to remain at those levels. XRP is up 4% in the last 7 days at the time of recording. Most of the market is heavily in the red in that same period, which startles and surprises a lot of XRP naysayers, and it certainly keeps happy and optimistic a lot of those who are invested in the project. A lot of people have been asking what our clients have been doing. XRP has cemented itself as one of our most traded cryptocurrency assets. We have had a lot of profit taking. The narrative that we've had from clients and the messaging we've had from clients has been, I'm up dramatically on my position. Do I hold it to these higher price points? Do I sell it? Do I roll it into altcoins that aren't performing as well? Do I consolidate in stable coins? Look, there's a million different ways that you can go about your own investment thesis. At the end of the day, I will say though, no one's ever gone broke taking a profit. And as a result of that, a lot of our clients have taken the approach of seeing cryptocurrency investing in a lens where there doesn't need to be a binary outcome. It doesn't have to be buy everything at this price, sell everything at that price. You can actually look at the market as a way of gradually entering positions and gradually exiting positions. As a result of that, we have seen a lot of profit taking on XRP, with a lot of profits being rolled, of course, into fiat currencies and more traditional assets. But a lot of the time, people are exploring other avenues, such as we've seen a lot of profit taking directly into the DeFi space, RWAs and AI sectors that have not seen that massive surge in the market cap of their leading projects, and sometimes rolling from heavily high market cap coins into some of the more, the lower ones. Sometimes that meets the risk profile that clients are willing to take, and that's certainly something that you can explore.
So a lot of great things shared by Jake there and some great reminders about profit taking in general. And if you want to watch the full video where they go over a bunch of things related to the market, ETFs, etc., you can check out Caleb and Brown's public YouTube channel. What I liked most is just hearing about what other clients are doing, some of their thoughts and the overall thought process, their consideration based on their average entry price, and every single person's is going to be different. So I know I say this a lot, but there is no single way or right way, there's just your way. So I really like his points about profit taking not having to be binary, waiting for a single price point or a single range, because that range might never come or it could far surpass it. It's all about doing what's best for you, and I only know what's best for me based off of my average entry price, my time horizon, and my risk appetite. So I tweeted this out today, and if you want to check out Caleb and Brown, this is linked in the YouTube video description. We are going to be doing some more promotions and discounts, and this is going to be available and active for every single person that's ever used my link. And stay tuned for that, because we have some exciting things on the way. I do have Velo on Caleb and Brown with a Hail Mary limit order. Alright, next up, I saw this today. We have Wyoming representative, I don't want to butcher your last name, introduces legislation for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And right here, by Cointelegraph, Wyoming introduced legislation to allow permanent funds to diversify into Bitcoin. I'll have to look more into this, but I did want to share this because these are one of many catalysts that could completely change the narrative. We also have shared by the Algorand Foundation, version 4.0 was just deployed. We are now just days away from staking rewards. So good to see Algo, one of the Dino coins, up 300% plus since November. Even Hbar, I'm really excited for. I mean, this thing has absolutely exploded since November. This is up like almost 800% from these lows, which is super exciting to finally see some price action. This is one of the top performers, and this is what I'm hoping many other assets do, even high caps and other assets in the top 50. So this is why I get so excited when I'm looking at monthly RSI. I know that people will say, oh, that's overbought, sell, sell, sell. But each cycle, when the RSI runs, I mean, right here, we got almost a 90, and Hbar did multiple God candles. So those are my hopium looks for Hbar this cycle to still create major moves and all-time highs. We don't know if we're going to reject any of these retracements, consolidate a bit, but I am looking forward to the future of Hedera. There are also plenty of new projects out there. I'm still watching Peak. I only have a really small position today, but this is what I'm excited for, being a new project, and newer projects, a new community. They're a lot more optimistic, and sometimes prices move a lot better for newer projects, especially in a cycle. And just looking at the daily time frame, a very basic look, and we have limited price history here, so just drawing a fib, we went up. We did see Fetch as an example come to the 786, and then it went up to the negative 4.236. I still have some unknowns about what the heck is going on with Crest, because I have a bag and I'm sitting in the red, so I don't know why they removed their tokenomics, what are their plans, and I believe the airdrop is coming up quick, either this month or next month. And the same thing with Monad. So I'm not paid by these guys. I don't have any tokens. The project isn't even launched on mainnet, and I don't know when they're actually going to launch, but I do believe that Monad, based on their funding, their connections, and everything I've looked at, could be a performer like Sui. So I've tried looking into Monad a little bit more, and I still have questions on when the heck they're actually going live on mainnet, and then that consideration, because I think that this can get a lot of attention from Sui investors, Solana investors, and go up really well, and this is speculation, not financial advice. I just have questions about the timing of this when they go live. Where are we at in the cycle? Where is Bitcoin? Where is Bitcoin dominance? So anyways, this is a layer 1 that I'm very interested in. I'm not trying to hype it up, but it does have a lot of potential just based on the whole narrative of parallel execution, and they're doing things very differently than Sui. Hopefully an improved version. And for any Sui holders, yes, Sui can still do very well. I think that this narrative connecting to the EVM is only going to be growing. And on that note, I mean, I think there's still going to be a lot of high caps and mid caps that wake up. I think that there's still going to be a spot ETF approved for even OG assets like Litecoin that people don't care about. I've been watching Ethereum. I don't know how long it's going to take for Ethereum to actually just blast into new all-time highs, because last cycle it was a couple months behind. So for reference, Bitcoin blasted in December, and then Ethereum took off for its first major move in March. So if timing were to be similar, yes, I still believe that Ethereum is going to do major moves in all-time highs. Do we pull back in the meantime? Do we go below 3K again? I'm not sure. And I know some people might not care about ETH, but if you hold altcoins, I mean, we should be rooting for Ethereum to blast, because the whole ecosystem of ERC20s, DeFi, and that includes lending and other things, that's really good for altcoins. So just like last cycle, I know Ethereum blasting in the all-time highs was more so timed with Bitcoin dominance's biggest crash. That's what I want to see again. Because it's been years again, and I just want to see the community come together and be happy again, realizing crypto can be fun during a liquidity cycle. And for anybody that's been in the red or is in the red today, to be able to take some nice profits, do what's best for you, because everybody deserves it after this long. I want to go over this because this is really cool, and then we'll call it a day. But basically, with this new administration, the hope is that it's really positive for crypto developments, such as true enterprise use cases actually growing, so I can stop talking about enterprise adoption because it hasn't been happening. So hopefully with these new regulations that are flexible and can adapt with this technology are really positive, and this new administration actually allows this and opens up the floodgates for real utility. Will we see true utility this cycle, or will it really just predominantly be liquidity entering the asset class like we've seen every cycle? I'm not sure. I think we're going to see higher amounts of utility, but I still think we're ways away just based off the BCG stats. And if we've learned anything in the crypto space about price action, we don't necessarily need utility. We've never seen it at scale. What we need is a liquidity cycle. So let's go over this. I highly recommend checking out this full blog, and I'm sure many of you have already seen this. This is on genfinity.io, so highlighting Hedera. So we have IoT expansion. We have this group, CLSQ. I've also looked at their stock. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And then YSAT launched the first advanced post-quantum satellite in partnership with SpaceX. So I've talked about YSAT a lot a few years ago, because I don't know if their partnerships really ever developed with Casper, and it looks like they're going with Hedera. So YSAT.space launches first of 6 new satellites with Hedera's blockchain or hash graph and post-quantum cryptography, transforming secure IoT, Internet of Things, and global connectivity. So this is really cool. There's a focus on post-quantum cryptography and connecting to billions of IoT devices. For reference, if you did want to watch this video was hosted by SpaceX right on Twitter, and I did retweet this for reference, shared by Tata. In full disclosure, I did not watch this full thing. I want to research this a bit more and speak about it, but I am familiar with YSAT. But these are the types of use cases that I am really excited for to see for a bunch of networks in the future, especially with actual regulation. So I know crypto is crazy, there's good news, there's bad news, there's corruption, but there are real things being built. And these are one of many use cases I want to see thrive and really grow on Hbar, because looking at HederaTransactions.com, I want to see that throughput get back up there. I think with a liquidity cycle, Hbar is going to be fine regardless, but I do want to see higher degrees of throughput, or the TPS, on HederaTransactions.com, like it used to be when Atma.io was live. And hopefully I don't lose you here, but it's just really interesting to see all these technologies come together. We can see additionally WiseID, WiseKey's advanced identity management system plays a critical role in authenticating devices connected to the satellite constellation. So just like IoT and 5G and all these technologies coming together, GPS, they all complement each other, and that's how I see crypto. I know crypto is very broad with so many use cases of DePIN, AI, gaming, supply chain management, a lot of these use cases that we haven't actually seen explode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe with notifications on so you're updated during my next upload. I hope everybody has a great weekend and say goodbye to Gary Gensler on Monday. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. You can find all links to my crypto resources, including tools for charting, trading bots, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts right in my link tree in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.